Hello everyone, welcome to SAUNAiE. I'm your host XO. Season 5, episode 24. I can't believe we're 5 seasons in. Man, I'm greatly appreciated, gratefully thankful for everybody that's been rocking with the show, been with the show since day one, rocking with us, been supportive, sharing the show, leaving feedback, leaving reviews. Last show I read off some of the reviews from this year. If you listen to this right now, leave a 5-star review after the show, or even just if you want to leave some constructive criticism about the show, let me know. I'm always willing to improve, and I'm always open to feedback. As well, as this is your first time listening, I want to thank you for tuning in. SAUNAiE. With SAUNAiE, our mission here is really about personal development, developing our mental health as well as our financial literacy. Those are my two main focuses of SAUNAiE. And when you come here, I just want to really, every day, every episode, I really want to build on the mental health and build on financial literacy. Last month, I've been covering a lot of financial literacy episodes, a lot of financial literacy topics, from budgeting, emergency funds, savings, interest rates, debts, and things like that. I've been covering, as well as the mental health. Last 2 episodes, I had an interview with my friend Maurice Allman discussing his job as a behavioral health technician, and that's really dealing with a lot of mental health phases. So great, thank you for tuning in. SAUNAiE, we've been running for about 1.5 years now, and we still rocking day by day, continuously growing. With your support, you listen to this right now, I just want to thank you for tuning in, and let's get started with the quotes of the day. My first quote is, surround yourself with positive people and you'll be a positive person. You know how they say you are who you hang with? And this is what that quote relates to. You are who you hang with. So if you're hanging with positive people, you're gonna be a positive person. If you're hanging with negative people, you're gonna be a negative person. If you're hanging with nonchalant people, you're gonna be a nonchalant person. So it's like you are who you hang with. So if you're not being positive yourself, it's because you're not hanging around with positive people. And I feel like that quote was self-explanatory. And then we got the next quote is, look closely at the present you are constructing. It should look like the future you're dreaming of. So wherever you see yourself 5 years from now, 10 years from now, it all starts with, what are you doing right now to get there? Like the quote says, look closely at the present you are constructing. What do you want to be 5 years from now? You should be working towards that right now, within this moment, within this time frame. And that correlates with the first quote saying, surround yourself with positive people, you'll be a positive person. Surrounding yourself with the people who you want to be around 5 years, or the association you want to have within the 5 years, whether it's business owners, content creators, influencers, or people just like that, millionaires and stuff like that. Start constructing your life right now to shape where you want to be in 5 years. Start doing little by little, piece by piece. Start doing the research. Start reaching out. Start networking with people. Start reaching out to different people. Start doing what you have to do to get where you want to be in 5 years. Wherever you want to be in 5 years, start now. Start the process now. Write out your 5-year plan and get started on it. So the quote again is, look closely at the present you are constructing. It should look like the future you are dreaming of. Whatever future you're dreaming of, it starts in the present. And on today's episode, I'm going to discuss what I learned this week, how to cope with trauma, and a few of my Netflix picks. Appreciate y'all tuning in to SAUNAiE. I'm going to give y'all a brief break. What if I told y'all I messed up? What would y'all say? Well, I did. I pre-announced next week's show discussing how to cope with trauma. That'll be a segment on next week's episode, not this week's episode. This week's episode, we're going to be discussing what I learned this week and my Netflix picks. And the Netflix picks that I have, I've been watching some cool shows, some good ass docuseries, and some good movies. So I'm gonna drop those on y'all, as well as what I learned this week about the Everything Store, about which is Amazon. Another book that I caught up on, Psychology of Money, which is a really great, phenomenal book that I'm gonna let y'all know, and I'm gonna give y'all what I learned and some of the notes that I've taken from that book. But let's get started on what I learned this week, and that is The Everything Store by Brad Stone. A great book to check out if you love books, you want to know about the birth of Amazon. That's me. I'm like, ever since Amazon's been around, I've wanted to learn how it got started. Everybody shops with Amazon, but me, I want to know how Amazon got started. How can I have one of my business be just like Amazon or better than Amazon in a different space? So that's what me, I've been learning how it started and reading the book, The Everything Store. Jeff Bezos had a vision. He had a vision right before the internet started booming. He was like, yo, we got to conquer this internet wave, and I want to create an everything store, a store where we have everything for the customer. But he had to start small and find his niche. He had to find the perfect niche to start with to get his foot in the door. And that's where he came up with doing books. But this vision, he never let that vision conquer or let that vision fade. He really executed on it relentlessly, day in, day out, working on that vision, working on this thing. He started with books, then jumped into toys. And it's funny, like the one book that really guided his vision, that really kept his vision on track, was Sam Walton's. If you know who Sam Walton is, he's the creator of Walmart. And his book, Made in America. And it's funny though that Jeff was constantly reading Made in America. That's a book that really shaped and formed Amazon. And the thing that Jeff Bezos kept doing, like over the years, as Amazon kept building up, he would hire high executives from Walmart, basically stealing the competition. But that's one of the quotes that he got from Sam Walton's book. So that's kind of the irony of it, that Sam Walton made these quotes in his Made in America book, and Jeff Bezos really followed those quotes religiously, and he started stealing or recruiting high executives from Walmart. And that's what you have to do if your business is booming and you know your competition out there. You gotta pry the high executives from the competition away, just so you can know what the competition is doing, as well as bring on new people on board. So that was just really funny to me. I was like, this Jeff Bezos was really playing chess with people in the beginning. And a lot of people didn't know that until it was too late. So that's why I was like, me reading this book, I'm like, yo, Jeff Bezos is a fucking genius. Like his vision from the start to where it's at now is crazy. And over the years, he never let that vision really fade. He stuck to that vision, stuck to his grounds. Everybody around him supported him. He kept it up front with him. He's like, yo, you're investing in my company, but you have a 70% chance to lose this money you won't be seeing again. And people's like, yo, fuck it, I trust you. I put this money in, and everybody got, if you already know, got a tremendous return. The ROI was crazy. But within the business, there are ups and downs of the business. He was constantly going at it with Barnes and Noble. Barnes and Noble didn't know about the internet wave until it was too late, and Barnes and Noble tried to sue them. They went at it with Toys R Us, as they was running game on Toys R Us at a time when they first started getting to toys. So it comes with a lot of ups and downs. It comes with a lot of knowledge. Check out the book, The Everything Store by Brad Stone, talking about Amazon, discussing the birth of Amazon, the ups and downs of Amazon, and just really how it happened and formulated. But the drive for his vision was the internet. He saw what the internet was going to be, and he knew the power within it, so he had to capitalize on it. If he didn't, somebody else would. Jeff always had faith in himself and his vision, and his family really financially supported him. His mom and dad, they took out some loans. Not necessarily took out some loans. They gave him a loan basically and supported his dream. And now to this day, they got their ROI, and you see Amazon's like $1 trillion company. But any vision that you have that you're doing, especially if nobody sees it at first, you always have to have faith in yourself, faith in your vision, faith in what you're doing. And there will be in hard times, there will be days, weeks, months where ain't shit working out right. But you just have to have faith and trust that vision, and really just take it one day at a time, and just know that as overall where I'm going to be in 5 years, everything that's happening right now is irrelevant, because I know where my vision is. I know where I'm headed in 5 years. I know there's going to be ups and downs. There's gonna be turmoil. There's gonna be tests. There's gonna be testimonies, and you just gotta really stick to your guns. Put 10 toes down and to really stay focused on like, yo, this is what I'm trying to do. This is what I want to do, and this is how I have to do it. Maybe you have to reshape your vision, reshape your plan, but you're just staying on that path and on that road that nobody can deter me. No, even if family's down me, even if the doubters come around, the family's gonna doubt you, the haters gonna come around, the people are gonna want to see you fail versus seeing you succeed. But as long as you stick to that vision and just know, like, yo, I know what I'm doing, you really have that faith that nobody can knock your faith with your vision, then yo, you're gonna win. But that's what I really learned so far in the book. I'm still reading the book, but man, check it out. Trust me, you'll get a lot of knowledge from it. Another book that I'm reading is called The Psychology of Money. And I found this book and fell in love with the first chapter. The first chapter really details, it's called No One is Crazy. And the notes that I got from it, I'm gonna read them out to you right now. The first one is like, it says, we are anchored to a set of views of how money works. What makes sense to me may seem crazy to you. Then it goes like, the person who grew up in poverty thinks about risk and reward in ways that the wealthy can't even fathom. So we start off like, we are anchored to a set of views of money, of how money works. We see how money works, and like I said, what makes sense to me may seem crazy to you. That's because we have different views when it comes to money. Some people might invest money, some people might save money, some people might spend money. And it says, the person who grew up in poverty thinks about risk and reward in ways the wealthy can't even fathom. And that's because the person that grew up in poverty knows, like, yo, what if this money goes? What if this money doesn't stay around? And it's always have those what if questions that they don't have, that the wealthy's like, yo, they spend money like it's nothing, that they don't have to really worry about the money, the returns. They just like spend it versus somebody that's in poverty that's like never had $1,000 to their name, $100 to their name. They're so tight with their money that they can't afford to risk it anywhere. Versus the wealthy, they're always risking their money, not necessarily risking, but making those investments and investment risk. So like that's just the first like chapter, not necessarily the first chapter, the first paragraph of that chapter. Then it gets in detail with the list of experiences are endless. JFK recalled he had no knowledge of the Great Depression, other than that his family was always wealthy. So that didn't even affect his family. They was always wealthy. So like the Great Depression didn't even affect them. He didn't even know about the Great Depression until he read about it at Harvard. And that's crazy. And one of the quotes that came from the book, it says, some lessons have to be experienced to be understood. And that's real. Some people are really, some people are like hands-on learners and some people are visual learners, but some lessons you really have to go through experience. Like the biggest thing I can think of, honestly, is heartbreak. You have to experience heartbreak to understand heartbreak. And that's what that quote really means. Then it goes on with people's risk depends on their history. People will risk, if, like I said, the wealthy will risk their money because they know they'll get it back. They know the ROI. The less fortunate, the middle class, they'll be more tight with their money. They're really trying to like, is it really worth the risk? Should I risk this money? It's like, no, you can't really risk it like that. As well, it goes into details talks about inflation, that if you were born in the 1990s, if you're listening to this right now, I'm pretty sure you were born in the 1990s or later, inflation has always been low your whole life. Inflation has always been low. The dollars keep on getting low, keep getting low. So it's like we're saving money, but by the time what we have saved now, we will be worth less than a year from now. So it's like we have to invest what we're saving and put it to a purpose. Make your money work for you. Whatever you have saved right now, they're like little soldiers waiting to be put to work. It also just talks about every financial decision a person makes sense to them in that moment, which is true. Then it also details Americans spend more money on lottery tickets than anything else. And it says mostly poor people buy them. And the reason why they buy them is they're paying for a dream that the wealthy already have. They're paying for a dream that the wealthy already have. And Me, I've never been fond of lottery tickets. I'm like, yo, it's like 1 in a million chance you win, but it's like, nah. I've really been like, oh, I'd rather make an investment or look into stocks or crypto or something like that, where you're putting that money where it's working and you're getting the returns on it versus the lottery. Like, you hit it, you get taxed on it and you got to split it up, and it's like not worth it to me. So, but it says a lot of people, that's what people spend the most money on, is lottery tickets. Then it discusses how the 401k wasn't born until 1978 and the Roth IRA wasn't born until 1998. Then it goes into chapter 2 talking about how Bill Gates got rich. And it opens the chapter with, nothing is as good as or as bad as it seems. That's true. Nothing is as good or as bad as it seems. Always remember that. And Bill Gates would have never been a millionaire or billionaire or the man who he is today if it wasn't for Lakeside High School, which he attended with his two other friends, as we all know, Paul Allen. But the one we didn't know about is Kent Evans. And Kent Evans was smarter than Bill Gates and Paul Allen at the time. But unfortunately, he passed away in high school during a mountaineer accident, which is what the chapter 2 really highlights. Of these three would have been on top, but instead it was Bill Gates and Paul Allen. But these three will always dream about where they'll be in 5 years. From being CEOs to ambassadors, possibilities were endless to them. And that's when I'm going to go back to the quote when I'm discussing. The quote is, look closely at the present you are constructing. It should look like the future you are dreaming of. So whatever you dream of yourself of being in 5 years from now, start visualizing that on a daily basis. Every time you wake up or every time you go to sleep, start visualizing where you want to be 5 years from now. Put yourself in that place. Visualize what you want, what you need, what you want financially, what you want successfully, what do you want spiritually, what do you want in your love life, what kind of house do you want to be in, what kind of car do you want to be driving. Start visualizing all that and really feel into it intensively, so you know where you want to be. Like I said, in the book, it talks about Bill Gates and his friends. They were constantly dreaming about where they want to be in 5 years. And look what happened. Microsoft. But the book, the chapter goes on discussing luck and risks. They're both the reality that every outcome in life is guided by forces other than individual effort. They're so similar that they can't believe in one and not the other. So you have to believe in luck and risk when it comes to anything. And then it talks about income among brothers are more correlated than height and weight. If you're rich and tall, then your brother will be rich and tall as well. Then it goes into, we're all trying to figure out what works for us when it comes to money. What investment strategies work? Which ones don't? What business strategies work and which ones don't? How do you get rich? How do you avoid being poor? We seek out these lessons by observing successes and failures, like do what she did and avoid what he did. And that's facts. These are just 2 chapters of the book, and the chapters are they got a lot of gems in them. Like, those are the notes that I got from those 2 chapters, and that's just 2 chapters. The chapters are I'm reading on Audible. It's 20 minutes long a piece, and it's doable. It's real knowledge that you can really catch and get. You see the notes that I dropped right there. So check out the book, The Psychology of Money. Great book, as well as the Everything Store. I'm gonna give y'all a brief break, and I'll be right back with SAUNAiE. And we back, and we back, and we back, and we back. Let's hit y'all with my Netflix picks, man. I'm watching a lot of great shows, a great docuseries, a lot of movies and everything. Just trying to catch y'all up and fill y'all in on yo, check this out and let me know what y'all think. So I just got done watching this incredible series. It's an incredible drama crime series full of thrills and everything. Basically, the show is A brother is framed for his sister's murder, but when he gets out early on an early release, starts to plan his revenge against the family that framed him. This is a mystery, thriller, drama-filled series from start to finish, man. Like, as soon as you press play, it's gonna be a lot of drama, a lot of mystery, a lot of stuff that'll suck you in, and you'll catch yourself. You'll end up binge watching it. Trust me. The first season, I believe, dropped last year, I want to say, and the second season drops the 19th of this month. So check it out. The show is called Who Killed Sarah. Next up, we got one of my favorite binge-worthy TV shows right now, man. I've been watching this TV show, and I'm almost done. Got like 3 more episodes, but man, it's an incredible show. If you like me and you love the show Prison Break, you know Michael Scofield, and how he broke out of the prison and everything. But this is more so of a real in-depth crime TV show filmed in Australia. It starts off with a mother going to jail for self-defense or attempted murder on her abusive husband. But as soon as she gets in there, a whole lot of things change, and she really just adjusts to that life and adjusts to being in there. And the show is called Wentworth. Wentworth, it has 8 seasons. I'm just telling you, binge worthy, start to finish. You're going to want to keep watching. It's going to keep sucking you in. You're going to be like, yo, this is one of the greatest shows I've watched. It's like, it has a little Prison Break feel to it, but it's called Wentworth. It's filmed in Australia. Check it out. Next up, we got one of the old school shows. I was watching the show growing up, and if you like me and you love cars and you love how cars are created, how cars are built, and how cars are customized, check out the show West Coast Customs. Yes, sir. West Coast Customs, officially on Netflix. And the show is, like I said, it just redesigns different cars, and you just seeing how the creators, how the mechanics and everybody, how they really put their touch to the vehicles and whatnot. And I just realized this West Coast Customs has 6 seasons. And I'm like, yo, I only remember like 3 seasons. But I'm about to check out all 6 seasons again. Really just check out West Coast Customs if you like into cars and you're a car lover. Next up, I told you I was reading about the book Psychology of Money. Well, Netflix just dropped a docuseries called Money Explained. And this docuseries is about, of course, money and the different forms of money. It has 5 detailed episodes about the get-rich-quick schemes or scams, credit cards, student loans, gambling, and retirement. Check out Money Explained, especially if you love docuseries and you want to know more about money. We should all know the ins and outs about money. We deal with money on a daily consistent basis, so it's like, why not learn as much as you can? That's why I started reading the Psychology of Money and watching this docuseries, so I can get more familiarized with money, know the ins and outs of money, how money works and how money operates and how we can have money work for us. So check out Money Explained on Netflix. Next up, we got on my to watch list this movie. It's called Monster. And this movie is about a teen implicated in a robbery turned murder, fights for his income. I mean, not his income, but his innocence and integrity against a criminal justice system that has already judged him. And I know you're thinking like, yo, this sounds like everyday life. But this movie is what is on my to watch list simply because, you know, if the previews get you, then the movie will get you. So I just want to really see about it. And it just dropped this year. It's a new movie, 2021, a Netflix movie. I gotta see who's in it. I think Jennifer Hudson's in it, ASAP Rocky, and a few other people. But yeah, check out Monster on Netflix. Next up, and last but not least, we got this TV show that I'm watching right now. Oh, matter of fact, I'm gonna give you a bonus TV show too, and a bonus movie. Next up, but this TV show is a comedy. It was created by Wanda Sykes. It's starring her and Mike Epps in this family life comedy. And man, every episode is hilarious. Check it out. The Upshaws, crazy funny comedy. And my bonus show that I'm gonna tell y'all about is Dad Stop Embarrassing Me, the new Jamie Foxx show that just dropped on Netflix too. That show is hilarious too in its own way. So check that out. Check out The Upshaws. And the bonus movie I'm gonna give y'all is The Pelican Brief with Denzel Washington. I was thinking about Samuel, but Denzel Washington as well as Julia Roberts. That's a great movie, mystery thriller. Check it out, streaming now. And I appreciate y'all tuning in, and I'm gonna hit y'all with the recap. Recap. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in to today's episode of SAUNAiE. And the first time listeners, thank you. Thank you for your support. I mean, if you love the show, leave a comment, let me know what you think. Leave a review, let me know what you think on Apple Podcasts, or check us out on SAUNAiE.com. But the next show, we're gonna be talking about how to cope with trauma. Mental health, it's Mental Health Awareness Month, and really just being mentally aware of how we feel, what we're feeling, being physically aware, emotionally aware of our feelings, and how to cope with things that go on in our life on a daily basis. We see a lot on a daily basis, and sometimes we don't know how to open up our vent or communicate what we see or how we feel about what we've seen. So Monday, we're going to get into a little mental health. It's going to be Mental Health Monday. Be aware. Be prepared. And yeah, I can't wait for that. So let's get you with the recap of today's show. My first quote was, surround yourself with positive people and you'll be a positive person. Positivity leads to prosperity. Who are the positive people in your life? Who always brings you good energy, good advice, good everything, positive advice? Who's that positive people in your life? Surround yourself with them more. Be around them more versus being around the negative people, negative Nancy's, the people that you shouldn't be around. That negativity is only going to bring you down and take you down to the sunken place. So focus on who's positive in your life and who brings positivity to your life. My next quote was, look closely at the present you are constructing. It should look like the future you're dreaming of. How do you want your future to be? Where do you want to be 5 years from now? What do you want to be 10 years from now? How do you want your life to be? I challenge you on a daily basis to start visualizing how you want your life to be. Every day you visualize how you want your day to be. And then go visualize how do you want your life to be 5 years to 10 years from now. Really set in that moment and start visualizing where you want to be. So when you start visualizing where you want to be 5 to 10 years from now, visualize for at least start off doing it 10 to 15 minutes. Act like you're walking into a movie theater, the IMAX theater, let's say that, and you have the big screen. And on that big screen is where you want to be in 5 years. And that's the movie you want to play, and you're the director. So start writing that script, to start writing and visualizing the script of your life, of your future, of your next 5 years, of your next 10 years. Visualize on a daily basis, and the universe will make it happen. Then we got into what I learned this week. What did I learn? I've just been reading. This week's been full of just reading and researching, and I've been really heavy reading The Everything Store in the beginning of the week, and then I finished off with Psychology of Money this week. Even though I'm still reading both books, I just had to get a new flip and really take my talents to the Psychology of Money, because this really sparked my interest. And with the Everything Store is, like I said, it was talking about Jeff Bezos' vision. Whatever vision you have for yourself, for your future, for your business, for anything that you want to accomplish, stick to that vision. Because with that vision, you will be tested, and life will test you. You'll be tested on a consistent daily basis. You'll be tested to see, is this what you really want? Or is this what you think you want? So if whatever vision you have, execute on that vision relentlessly, day in, day out. Write the business plan, write the game plan, write the plan you need, visualize yourself, and really do what you need to do to really figure out how to accomplish that vision, that plan, that goal, whatever you're striving to be. Be relentless about it. He also, like he's in the book, as well as he started off with just focusing on books. Sometimes with our life, with our calling, with our purpose, with anything we're doing, we're trying to put our focus everywhere instead of focusing on one thing and have that tunnel vision for that and mastering that task, that craft, or whatever it is, and then moving on to the next. we're in a world where multitasking and staying busy, trying to be productive and doing a lot of things at once is glorified, versus really taking the time out on yourself and being patient and really focusing on one thing at a time and trying to perfect that, and then move on to the next, and then move on to the next, and move on to the next. So start really seeing what you need to perfect when it comes to anything you're trying to change in life, any vision that you have for yourself, any career that you're chasing, anything that you want. Figure out the steps to really perfect who you are, or who you need to be when the time comes. And I will also recommend checking out Sam Walton's Made in America book. I haven't read it personally myself, but it's on my list. I may be reading that next month and giving y'all the gems and what I learned from that book. But Psychology of Money is a book that I highly recommend. So if you need a book about the behavior of people's behavior with money, check that out. It's really about the mind and money is a lot. And then we all need to really focus on. We all always thinking things, as well as money too. Money is something we always use and always have in our hands, always have in our possessions, is what we're working for. So why not know how money works, how money operates, and how money can really be beneficial towards you? And with that, within the first chapter, it discusses. The first chapter is called "No One's Crazy," and that really the title of that chapter really is brilliant, simply because it discusses we all have different behaviors when it comes to money. We all have our views when it comes to money. We all have what makes sense to me may not make sense to you. You may think it's crazy. Sometimes we think like, yo, you're investing what and what? That's crazy. Versus another investor thinking like, nah, this is an investment versus a risk that you have. And it discussed that how people in poverty think about risk and reward more than people of wealth. And we all know that, yeah, we know that. But it's like, why is that? And it's simply because our upbringing, how we were raised and everything with the money views, that environment, the things that we've seen and grew up in, that shaped us how we view money. But I'm gonna give y'all a brief break and I'll be right back with the recap. Thank you for tuning in. And we back, and we back, and we back, and we back. With the recap. Hey, we back, ladies and gentlemen. Part 2 of the recap, going over my Netflix suggestions. Number 1, Who Killed Sarah? Great mystery themed TV show. Really start to finish, it's gonna pull you in. Like, you gonna want to watch the next one, the next one, the next one, then the next one. So watch it, check it out. First season's already out. Second season drops next Wednesday, on Wednesday the 19th. Second season drops, and I'm telling you, this is gonna be a great show to watch. Check it out. Who Killed Sarah? Really, really good. Next up, another great show, binge worthy from start to finish. I guess some crime. These first two are just crime TV dramas, but they're crazy roller coaster rides with both of them. From Who Killed Sarah to Wentworth. Wentworth is incredible. Every season is just like jaw-dropping. You're gonna be like, yo, shout out to XO for this recommendation. You're gonna really be binging this whole every season. It's 8 seasons of the show, and you'll trust me, you're gonna be binging it from start to finish. You want to watch it again and everything. And also, I talked about West Coast Customs. If you haven't heard or seen West Coast Customs, Exhibit stars in it, and it's really just designing and detailing different cars. That people go from busted cars to have their car remodeled and reshaped, and just watching the whole steps and the whole process for each vehicle is dope. Check out the docuseries I'm about to watch right now is Money Explained, and really, like I said, discussing how the different forms of money and what money is, and each episode. Like the first episode I'm gonna start with is the get rich quick scams, as well as then I'm gonna follow up with the credit cards, the student loans, the gambling, and the retirement. Each episode is like very detailed, and I think you should check it out, especially when it comes to money, explaining student loans, explaining gambling, explaining retirement, and stuff we need to know about money, as well as checking out the movie Monster, which is about a teen implicated in a robbery turned murder, and he fights for his innocence and integrity against a criminal justice system. And then the Upshaws. The Upshaws is crazy comedy, a comedy show you want to watch. The Upshaws, as well as Dad Stop Embarrassing Me. That's Jamie Foxx's new show. Both of those shows, comedy shows, hilarious. Also check out the movie if you love Denzel Washington and Julia Roberts. Check out The Pelican Brief. That's a great movie. I loved it. Great storyline, great plot all around. Just check it out. And I think that's it until Monday, ladies and gentlemen. Monday, like I said, I'm gonna talk about how to cope with the trauma that we deal with in life, as well as figuring out different steps to cope with mental health and mental issues that come about with us, especially on a daily basis, doing little things to really check in ourselves and really let people know how we're doing, open up and venting towards them and to them versus keeping it all into ourselves. But I appreciate y'all tuning in. Last week I dropped my Patreon, asking a poll of what do you guys want more of? How can I help you? Where can I help you guys at? Check out the Patreon. I'll put the link in our show notes. Check out the show notes too. Has links to the Patreon, has links to the website as well, SAUNAiE.com. You can leave a review, check out the website, listen to any of the previous episodes on there, as well as sharing the website, sharing the social media. Follow us on social media at SAUNAiE on every social media platform. Follow us, we'll follow back. Engage with us. And if you just listen to this, let's start engaging with each other, talking with each other, and really following us on social media and get more connected. As well as if you want to get on the emailing list, hit up the website, SAUNAiE.com. You're like, I don't want to go do all that. Trust me. If you listen to the show right now, just go to the show notes, click SAUNAiE.com, and you'll be directed right there, or as well as anywhere else you're trying to get with the Patreon too, to check out the poll and see like what do y'all want more of that I can contribute to on your behalf. But it's Friday. I know everybody's ready for the weekend, and I'm ready for the weekend too. So I'm gonna let y'all go, and I'm gonna leave y'all with this. Once you need less, you will have more.